Dawgs Podcast, WATP.
This is a show hosted by Jonathan and Steve. And these guys, one of them is married to a woman. The other guy is very gay, but I think they're both gay. Actually, before we start playing clips, let me ask you, are both of these guys gay?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
So Jonathan is for sure gay. He's the gay one.
He's very gay.
He is very openly gay.
Yes.
But there were a couple of times where Steve made comments about like, oh yeah, maybe I might like the penis. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't pull the clip, but at one point he was talking about this dude who kind of looks like a chick, but he didn't care either way because this dude was so hot, he wanted to suck him off. And I went, sounds like something a gay guy would say.
Yeah, he was talking about pencil dicks on the episode that I listened to, and he
doesn't even know me.
I know, right? It was impressive.
Fuck.
How dare he?
He, when he was talking about him, he kind of made it sound like he got fucked by one. So,
Well, if I had to get fucked by a dick, that's the one I'm picking out of the lineup.
I think Steve is just so horny that he'll take anything that he can get. At
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys.
He's very, very horny. Guys, get ready for a real horny episode today. I know it's No Nut November. It's going to be tough for all you out there to keep it in your pants. Once we get into this, I'm going to start off with Jonathan talking about this gay club that he goes to called The Eagle. And I don't know if he's being braggadocious, but he has some pretty good luck there.
It was The Eagle.
Okay, so the Eagle.
I just have a lot of good luck there.
Yeah.
A lot of good luck.
What kind of? Because there are kind of all different kinds of gay bars.
It's
and
a
clubs.
hardcore leather fetish bar. 70s and 80s vintage porn playing everywhere. It's black. It's red light. It's raunchy. The bartenders will. This is no joke. The bartenders will sometimes, to up their tips, take off their jock straps or their thongs or whatever, take out their fully erect cock, which is in a cock ring. That's why it's erect, while they're working. Shake it around, and people will tip more. They have like fetish displays. It's a cool ass bar. It's a great bar.
So he starts out by saying he has good luck there hooking up. Doesn't sound like it'd be that challenging. If the bartenders are whipping out their cocks and everyone's got their dicks out the whole time, it's like, yeah, and you know what? Every now and again, I get lucky. Well, yeah, it's what's the game in that?
I thought I was at a good bar. They had the Dallas game and the Miami game on at the same time. I was like, wow, this is a cool bar.
That's what
Nobody
I was
took their
thinking.
cock out, though.
Gay bars are so weird because, like, as a straight man, I like sex, but I have other interests too. So I might want to watch the World Series. Or I might want to listen to music that I enjoy. But gay guys, when they go out, it's only sex. They don't even play music they enjoy.
No one loves any songs. It's all like aggressive house music.
Could you imagine if you're the DJ and you're watching this, you're just like, I thought you guys liked those tunes. Everyone's dancing and fucking and I thought you guys were into that shit. I could play show tunes if that's what you want to hear. I didn't know. I got Mamma Mia ready to go over here.
Those are the choices.
I could have been playing Rent all this time, and you guys seem to be really into this house music that I was playing. So you heard him say he goes to this club called The Eagle, and they play house music.
What's
and
the
everyone's whipping
address?
their dicks out. We'll talk about that offline. So then he brings up the other things that are going on at this place.
Like they have like wet short contests where they like spray your shorts and it gloms on and everything. Yeah.
So these guys are pulling their dicks out, but they also have wet short contests. Like, that's like having a wet t-shirt contest at a strip club. You're like, well, I don't care about that.
A bottomless strip club.
Yeah,
where their tits are
right.
covered.
Yeah, like, let's put on white t-shirts and get wet if you want.
Sure, I'll use my imagination.
I'm more of a sophisticated gay that likes to leave things to the imagination.
Right,
I
yes.
just want to see the outline through some wet shorts. Thank you.
All right. So I think that kind of gets the vibe going for the episode that we're going to be doing today. I'll hand it off. Lucy Tightbox brought the most clips.
oh boy,
So I'm going to have you go up
Ding,
second
ding.
and show us what you picked up on
Lucky
from
me.
this show.
Carl and I are like, I just can't take this anymore.
Yeah, it
I
was-
just gotta
I'm very glad that Lucy's here. I didn't grab a lot of clips. I knew you were bringing some and you were bringing some, and also I had enough. All right, this is fine.
Yeah.
John's back this week. I have 7 hours of telling John to go through from 2 days worth of show. I was like,
So
"All right,
true.
I'll do that. That's fine.
So I happen to listen to the only episode where they're not constantly talking about sex.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know, it was kind of shocking. So because of that, most of the episode was them talking about their fathers, which was just lovely.
Hot.
It was great. It was so, so wonderful.
He didn't play catch with me. He didn't seem to be interested in anything that I was interested in.
No, but he might have something more in common with you, actually. So
Okay.
Jonathan's father has something that might be very similar to what Carl has. So if you would play my clip number 7, you will hear about these guys who are supposed to be talking about horny men stuff. And then instead, they talk about this.
So he got hurt, and it was because of his feet. His feet are so deformed from a little boy. He's always had very deformed feet. They're like something... Guys, they're like something Guillermo del Toro thought up.
What do they look like?
They look like gnarled, like monstrous.
Like the worst feet you've ever seen.
They're the worst feet you've ever seen.
Carl,
My feet are not deformed. I was born club-footed. My feet are not deformed, Lucy.
well, we'll need a foot comparison to be able to
All right,
tell for
fair-
sure. So you
fair
and
enough.
Jonathan's dad, I
Okay.
expect that. I expect that.
All right, I wasn't expecting that to be the first clip you played.
What a
I
setup!
wasn't expecting it to be either.
I was thinking he'd be German.
Right.
Well, if you'd like, we can go on to my next clip, which is going to be even better because these two are going to be talking about, Jonathan is going to be talking about how his father with the deformed feet, used to throw stray cats off a bridge. And then he explains this all away by explaining my clip 6.
You know what it is? The baby boomer generation, I think, was really affected by lead. There was lead in everything, and lead makes people crazy. The Roman Empire, that's why they were so brutal, because lead.
I had no idea that lead would make you throw stray cats off a bridge.
Hold on a second. How many history lessons are we going to get today? Because this is too many for me. I don't want to learn anything else.
I'll say nothing more then.
Okay.
I think his dad was a troll. He's like deformed, living under a bridge, torturing animals. Weird.
Was Genghis Khan into lead too? I'm confused. This is the common denominator.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit weird because definitely the symptoms of lead poisoning are not, blood
Torturing
sacrifices, demonstrating power, reinforcing social order.
Says you. Let's get Dr. Steve on here and find out. I don't know.
It's true. It
Maybe
would have
there's
been a
more
good.
to it.
Actually, lead is a lot of fun.
I prefer lead when it's a fluid. Trucker Andy, what did you pick up on from this show?
Well, clip 1, I feel like I've used this title for clip 1 for the last month, but I called this Off to a Bad Start. This is the very first episode they ever did.
Okay.
Oh, so I guess we got to go, huh? Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hello, welcome to the Horn Dogs Podcast.
Look at the camera if you're going to do the introduction.
Hello, welcome to the Horn Dogs Podcast.
You got to say your name, and then if you want to.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the Horn Dogs Podcast. My name's Jonathan Serta Rowell.
And I'm Steve Hernandez, but you knew that. Come on now.
Horn Dogs.
You know the dog pound in Cleveland? I'll never look at them the same way now.
Yeah.
When they score a touchdown, like, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of gay guys rooting for the
right.
Cleveland Browns. All right, cool.
But all these episodes we cover that start off where you've had nothing but time to prepare for your first episode, and you prepared.
Oh, we got to start now? Okay. Hey, I'm Carl, I think.
Yeah. How do we start this? You probably should have researched this.
You had an intro on your tracks, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's
Okay.
almost exactly the same thing. So if you want to play my clip 1, you'll get to hear that whole thing again.
But this is after they've rehearsed it now.
They've had one whole
Yeah,
take.
sorry, Gus. Now they'll be better at it.
Welcome back to Horn Dogs.
Again, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. So if you are watching, you get to see Jonathan's facial expressions. But if you're not, and Carl will do me a favor of playing clip 2, I will narrate them for you because
right.
they are terrifying.
Let's do it. This is in slow-mo.
So we are going to watch Jonathan. First, he is barking and doing the Steve Buscemi eyes. Then we get a lovely blink, which turns him into Baby Who Wants a Bottle. He looks, again, terrified. Oh, and now we are at the overly attached girlfriend meme face.
Yes. Wow. Whole range of
yeah.
emotions.
It's really
Overly attached.
There's a lot.
he
I really
is
like him.
something.
Let me ask you both this. In the episodes you checked out, because I checked out episode 4, were there commercial breaks in your episodes?
No.
All right, well, check this out. This is fun. For some reason, Steve just, in the middle of the conversation, goes, all right, we'll be right back. And this is specifically how this all plays out.
We'll be right back. And we're back with Horn Dogs.
feel like mine was very realistic. That's John Candy dying. That's what that was.
What if?
So I don't know if they think in the future they'll have advertisers. They need advertising slots for that, or if they just want to do the dog thing.
I think that they had to pee.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Yeah. So I did have something very similar. If you would play my clip 3.
Okay, I'd be happy to.
Damn, man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
Oh, they doesn't even
And
do the
we're horn dogs.
hard cut.
And then again.
I just hate to think of my friend on all fours yelping.
Like a dog.
I really.
That's exactly how I did it, Steve.
You said yelping.
Yeah.
It's weird that they bark so much, right?
It's odd. Yes.
So-
I know a lot of gay guys. I've mentioned this before. My wife's a hairstylist, so I've met a lot of gay guys. Never once have they barked around me. Not even a thing that's ever come up. But you
They're
know,
more
maybe
like
I'm not in the club.
meow, right?
Yeah, right. I get that a lot. Sure.
I mean, I think
I
that-
also hear from them a lot of these,
Yes, queen.
but not so much barking.
I think it's interesting that they decided to call their podcast Horn Dogs because, you know, obviously that's where the barking is coming from. But if you will play my clip, oh boy. Which one is it?
You knew this would happen.
I did know this would happen.
many clips.
Clip 5.
Okay, it was way down the list.
Uh-huh.
You know I don't like dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? I don't love dogs that much. I like them, and I've had dog
Sure.
pets,
Yeah.
and they've lived a long, glorious, luxurious life.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about us: we're Mexican.
Pandering to the Mexican audience, are you?
Mexicans don't like dogs?
Apparently not. And also, if you don't like dogs, why would you name your podcast Horn Dogs?
Hold on a second. Because English is my first language, so I'll explain this to you, Lucy
Explain it
Tightbox.
to me. Explain it to me.
It's spelled D-A-W-G-S.
Oh, you know
Which
what?
is not the actual spelling for the animal that is a house pet. I don't know if you knew that.
Then why are they barking so much?
God damn it, you got me. Fuck. I thought I had her. I was all ready to be like, Your Honor? And then
Checkmate,
damn
Carl.
it, she got me with that one. No further questions. All right, fair enough. Can we get back to the gay bar? I want to take you guys to a gay bar. Can we get back to this
Yes.
gay bar?
I want to spend all your money at the game.
Let's spend all my money. So now Jonathan's going to tell us about his first ever experience at the Eagle. This is the place that he loves going to, where the music sucks and all the bartenders are whipping out their cocks, and he gets laid very easily.
Everybody has AIDS.
Yes, it's one of those places. So he's got a great story about his first time being there.
The first time I went there, I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
I walk in. It is still daytime on a Sunday, which is their famous like beer bust.
Yeah.
I decide I want to make friends, so I go up to a group of daddies, right?
Yeah.
Hot daddies. They're standing in a circle. The hottest daddy reaches into my pants
Yeah.
to see what I'm packing.
Yeah.
Then he takes his 2 middle fingers and puts them up my butt.
Yes.
While we're all standing in a circle, it is still daylight out.
Yeah.
There are still people probably at church and stuff like that.
Did you
know?
like that?
I kind of felt assaulted.
Kind of.
Yeah, you were sexually assaulted, sir.
Why does it matter what time of day?
That's a good point. All right, that's a good point.
He brought it up twice.
Yeah, I know. Could you believe I was raped in daylight? Yeah, like, well, it doesn't
People
really
are
matter.
still in church.
When you're raped.
3 a.m. Yes, you know,
Right.
I can't go from day
Are
to
there
night.
any
the guy's
rules to being
pissed up my
gay?
ass.
Because
It doesn't seem like
being
it.
heterosexual, this would be frowned upon if I just walked up to a chick.
Or illegal.
yeah, wildly illegal.
I've learned I've
For
really
sure.
got to dial it back.
Okay, so this is the part 2 to that story that you just heard about the circle of dudes who are shoving 2 fingers up each other's butts when they first meet each other. 2?
Yeah.
You know, this Middle Eastern guy who was very hot, took out his like beer can cock,
Yeah.
and then this other like chubby guy around my age was standing next to him, and he took out his little dick that was in one of those cock cages, right? So I don't even know if that's how little it was, because those cock cages like smush it down. It's like painful.
Yeah.
And then he starts to suck off the Middle Eastern guy while this other guy has his like fingers up my butt, and then he takes his fingers up my butt like, and then he goes, all right, go have fun, and he spanks me on the ass. And that's my first introduction to the eagle.
The aristocrats.
That was the right reaction that time. On to Steve, that time he was just like, all right, that's too much. Your daylight? That was daylight you're talking about.
I feel like I'm watching Bill Hader on SNL.
Yeah, I know.
Stefan.
Yeah, right. The hottest club right now is called the Eagle.
Yeah. They got
Wow, that was
cock
convincing.
cages and fisting,
A Middle Eastern guy with a horse cock.
everything.
It's got everything. Andy, what else you got over there?
Okay, so
Back
there's
to you, sir.
a sliding scale of gayness, apparently, and Steve is going to explain why he's not as gay as Jonathan in clip 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
You know, because I'm not as gay as you by a long shot.
Not at all.
But he's rich and he looks clean. I don't mind sucking a guy with a like clean dick. You
He
know?
has that Lysol dick.
Yeah. Where they're just all pampered and soft. I'll suck that dick. I don't care.
Okay.
So-
He's not as gay as Jonathan because nobody is, but he's very gay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I need a clean, circumcised dick. Meanwhile, Jonathan's going ass to mouth on an uncut hog.
In daylight.
Right.
But there's a spectrum to the rainbow.
Yes.
Is what we're learning.
I think
Carl.
you're right about that. All right. That's good to
But
know.
clip 3, these guys get turned on by anything and everything, including edibles.
Do you get horny on edibles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't make you into like a cat in heat. They make me. They turn me into some. Although I do, like last night I did 50 milligrams. That's
Oh my
not
God.
and it wasn't even. I was literally like, it wasn't even that much for me. Like,
Oh my God.
the high wasn't. Yeah,
If I do a tanner, I'm out of my mind.
I used to be that.
I'm laying on the ground. Yeah.
I used to be weak like you.
So just 50 milligrams and it'll fuck anything that moves.
Or not do 50 milligrams
Yeah.
and fuck anything that moves.
I do 20 milligrams and premature ejaculate in my underpants. That's my move.
But I bet you look good doing it, though.
Oh,
Andy,
yeah.
if I
You know
anything
it.
about you. All right, well, if we're going to talk about drugs, we'll get into some drug talk. News to me, gay guys like drugs. Who knew? So they're talking about poppers and the first 80 times they use poppers and those experiences and things like that. And then they talk about chemsex. I had not heard this term before of chemsex, but I think you'll pick up on it pretty quickly.
They're chemsex. You know, it's the safest chemsex you could do.
What do you mean chemsex? What's
Chemical sex.
Yeah.
So the other parts of chemsex are like meth, which I don't do because
Yeah.
people just fall into a meth hole and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
die. You know.
Yeah.
There's so many people like just on meth.
Yes.
You know, gay guys just on meth.
Because you could fuck for like 3 days.
Yeah, but you don't get a hard on. That's the thing. But you're so horny. I'm like, it's a deal with the devil. It seems like, you know.
That's like cocaine too.
That's yeah, but cocaine you're annoying. I feel like meth you're scary.
Yeah.
which is so much hotter.
Isn't chemsex on the Wheel of Consequences?
It is now. That's for sure. So this guy, he's in a world that's very different than mine, where everyone is doing meth. I love this. Steve's like, oh, you can fuck for 3 days, right? He's like, you can't fuck for a second. You can't
Yeah,
even
I know.
Get an erection, so no.
I'm so horny with a flaccid cock.
Yeah, there's
it
no
doesn't sound
fucking
fun at all.
But also the fact that he says, yeah, you know, the problem with coke is that it makes guys annoying, but with meth, they're scary, which is hot. He's turned on by scary meth heads. This is not going to end well for our friend Jonathan, I have a feeling. Did you guys know that they're both comedians and they consider themselves in show business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into more of that, but they talk about that quite a bit as if they're comics that we should know who they are. They just performed in Colorado at a brewery, so there's that.
I think it's the brewery that Steve works at also.
Oh, is that what
He's
it
a
is?
bartender.
Okay, because they probably perform there too. Steve's a bartender at a dive bar, and they live out in LA. And then they drove to Colorado for a gig that paid them, I think, $150 or $200.
Impressive.
I'm listening.
Well, hold on a second. I'm just saying, with gas prices, I don't know if they're driving an EV. I don't know what they're up to, but it might be a wash at that point. Seems like a far drive for that kind of money, but what do I know?
You got to make a name for yourself, Carl.
That's true. That's true. You got to grind. Speaking of grinding.
At the Eagle.
All right, so you're saying there wasn't a lot of gay talk in the episode that you checked out?
There was definitely some gay talk.
Because what else is there on this show?
Yeah, I know. You would think I just was expecting more sex, and then instead I got all the daddy issues, which was not at all related.
They weren't talking point spreads of week 3 or something like that, right?
No,
okay,
no,
thank
no,
God.
But I did get a little bit of some of the gay stuff. So if you will play my clip 13, we are going to hear about Steve's motives for starting out as a comedian.
Okay.
And we will find out that he's at least sort of straight.
Okay.
I got into comedy. I thought you were supposed to get good at something, make money from it, and then so you could date 22-year-olds. And now that's not okay.
See, that's what makes you so not gay.
But this is a problem for him.
So he read Chris D'Elia's book. Yeah, I did too. Yeah. That is what you're supposed to do.
So it's a problem for him because according to him, he's only attracting men. So if you'll play my clip 10.
Yeah, well, they talked about their sets, and it was funny. I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, but when they were talking about the show they did together in Colorado, Steve had to follow Jonathan, and Steve's like, it was tough following you because we talk about the same things. I was like, boy, okay. Can only imagine what that might be.
Wish I was more gay because I do know that far more gay men find me attractive than I think. Well, than I think women find me attractive.
Nobody finds him attractive.
I was going to say, that's not a problem you have, sir.
It's hard when we do shows together because your bit about fucking a bald little fat guy is similar to my bit about getting fucked by a tall, skinny twink guy.
Right. People put 2 and 2 together, they realize what's actually going on. Well, there's speculation here that Steve isn't very gay. You heard him say it himself. And
Oh, no, he's very
Jonathan-
gay.
Well, this is how I know that he is very gay. And there's this.
We saw the Taylor Swift movie.
How'd you like that shit?
Loved it.
Okay. He loved the Taylor Swift movie. So I'm like, okay, I don't care if he's married to a woman or not. This has nothing to do with anything. This guy is definitely gay. So he tells the story about how he bought nosebleed tickets to go see the Eras tour on StubHub for $800 for 2 tickets. And then as the show was creeping up, he was able to sell them for $2,400. So he ended up selling those and going to the movie instead. Probably a good move. But he still is a huge fan of Taylor Swift. But she's a little too popular. And they're also in show business, just like Taylor Swift is. So they can kind of relate to this, and they know what's up.
The phenomenon. We watch these people and pay thousands of dollars to go see her like that. I'm starting to get a real bad taste in my mouth. Very anti-Christy. And you know, anybody, I think she's making $1 billion off this one tour. She's a billionaire. And whenever you cross into that threshold, it's like, oh, this person's you and me are comedians. We're in the entertainment industry. We know that the only way to make it in this thing generally is to just be a monster. And so to be Taylor Swift, to be selling out these stadiums, inside of her must lay this evil that is so deep.
So according to him, if you make it big in show business, the industry they're both trying to be in, it means you're a demon. Which I was a little confused by. So he goes, Taylor Swift, I'm a huge fan of hers. I paid way too much money for tickets. She's an antichrist, though. You're sitting next to a gay guy. I didn't know you guys are all Christ-like around here. I didn't realize that. But apparently they're all concerned about Taylor Swift being the devil. So now they're going to start talking about selling out. And would you sell your soul? They're both like, oh, yeah, of course I fucking would. Whatever. And this is what I call coping.
I don't need that much money. You know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift's
I said
making
attention,
all the...
though.
No, I know. I for sure don't need that kind of attention. I really don't need that kind.
But
I
you
don't
need
give
some. You need some, and
Yes.
it needs to be on your terms.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I work at a dive bar in Covina still.
Right.
Yeah. So because I do like to say no to things that makes me laugh. But yeah, I don't need that much more money than I have right now.
That's a cope. That's why I work in a shitty dive bar and make almost no money. Because who likes money? Who gives a shit?
That's why I'm a substitute teacher.
Right. It's very similar to that whole thing. It's like, oh, I'll drive for Uber. So what? What do I got to own 3 houses like Howard Stern? What do you mean? I'm not buying that at all. The other guy says that he would sell out to be on SNL. I think I would turn that down.
Yeah, I
Show
know.
it's so unfunny. I wouldn't want any of that stink on me, but maybe I'm the asshole. All right, what else you got over there, Lucy? I see you looking at your notes. I see you checking out what number it is, so you can tell me what number it's going to be.
I
as
know,
you set
that's
it
the most
up.
complicated part. So something that I noticed, overall, production-wise, not entirely awful. I mean,
Nope.
they're awful.
It sounds good. They have the 2-camera thing going on. It's edited well.
Yeah, but one problem that I had on the episode that I was listening to was that you get to hear Julia, who is Steve's wife, talking off camera, unmiked, a lot. Like a lot. So we are going to check out my clip 12, and Steve, who clearly is not listening to or caring about what his wife has to say, is going to make a realization.
Maybe he is straight.
Typical.
Wait a second.
I think he's thinking about gay men.
Oh, okay.
But I do feel like there is a way that I am not approached that other women, based on other women's expressed their experience. I go, oh, people aren't talking to me like that.
Okay, so what you said, if I don't know if the camera or the things are going to be able to. We've had the air conditioning on the whole time.
We have. Shit, I'm sorry.
I'm not hearing it in here.
Okay, so we're not going to edit this out, guys.
Whatever. It's
We'll
fine.
turn it off for the next second.
And it's actually the air
No, no, no.
purifier.
It does not matter. Also, edit it out.
Yeah. I know. I hate that thing where it's like, isn't this great? How it's just like unprofessional and annoying? No. It's never great. And he didn't know what a microphone was because I'm not sure if the camera picked you up on
Or the other things.
Or the other things.
Yeah, there was like a solid 7 minutes of her talking off mic.
That annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, it was awful.
Because if you want to yell something out or something, people can kind of pick it up and it can be fun. But when someone starts like fucking saying a sentence, like you're either on the show or you're not.
They were asking her
one.
questions. Like, don't ask her questions unless she's going to be on the show, or at least has a mic.
Right. Yeah. In the episode I watched, they did the same thing where they went to her and someone else in the room and started asking them questions like, you two are on the show. You two. Now, I don't see David Letterman yelling off to some producer in the back.
Yeah.
Who's our first guest today? Huh? You know,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be very professional.
Paul Schaefer has a microphone.
Right. Talk to him. he'll tell you the answers.
All right, let me take over here for a second. In clip 5, these guys are going to speculate about what body type they'd like to have if they were women.
Okay. That sounds fun. We can do that afterwards.
If I was a woman, I'd want to have a big ass.
Yes, absolutely. So
And big tits. Controversial. But if I was a woman, I'd want both big tits and big ass.
that's not controversial.
Oh.
Yeah, I want it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want to be fucking. I want to be out there, just whoring myself out.
I got news for you, Steve. You're a wig and some pronouns away from being that.
If you want it, you got it. Have these people never sat in coach? You want a big ass if you're a woman? That's a horrible idea. It's a really bad idea. I love, though, that he's talking about like the figure he would have. As he goes, yeah, I'd want to be fucking. Like, okay, that's not what we're talking about right now, sir. But okay, you want to jump the gun on us? We can go down that road. What about you, Lucy? What kind of body would you want if you were a woman?
Oh, boy. I like mine.
Okay,
I'm pretty
good
happy.
answer.
Pretty happy in this one.
Good answer. So does my buddy who I did the show with yesterday, Eric Zane.
I like Eric
Big
Zane's
admirer of
body,
yours.
too.
Oh.
If I was a man, I would want his body.
Well, Eric and I were talking about our workout regimens yesterday. We were on the Anthony Cumia show together. I'll probably put it out as a Patreon.
2 specimens.
If you haven't,
doling out tips.
yes. If you haven't seen me on Compound yesterday, taking over for Anthony with Eric Zane, and you're going to get excited about this. So Eric is a runner, but his arthritis in his knee has made it so it's difficult.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I know. I thought
You're
I thought
speaking
you'd
my
get,
language.
I thought you'd get excited about that. Yeah, he's getting his old man body going.
What kind
It's-
of mentholated balm is he putting on
Keep
it?
talking. Keep talking.
All right, let's get back to these hot guys. Enough about Eric Zane. Holy crap!
All right. Well, clip 7, Steve is going to talk about some of the pitfalls of having 3-ways.
Actually, you know, they half the time go wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody who has a lot of sex is not like a thing that's like, oh, this is. At this point, I think it would probably be cool if it happened again, but I don't know. I mean, anybody, if you've had threesomes, you know they go wrong a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it.
Okay. And I played this clip
Yeah,
to kind of set up the rest of these
there's
clips.
2 different types of threesomes. But go ahead.
Well, right, yeah. But like, he's just like, it's not worth it. Either you gotta like warm up you got to convince the two ladies to do all of the foreplay. Preheat the oven, and I'll swoop in like a sous
Wait,
chef.
is this
with the
trucker
special
lingo or
sauce.
what?
And I'm following.
Ladies, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if it's another guy, you got to have the conversation. Just keep your load away from me. There's all these
and balls,
conversations that need to be had when it comes to
I'll do my best.
organizing these three-ways that are just not worth it. But now we're going to skip to clip 11. Steve is going to tell the most depressing three-way story I've ever fucking heard.
That's always fun.
All right, clip 11.
Then they started making out, and they just kept making out and like hooking up,
And
and they just kept hooking up and making out.
so you were cucked by two lesbians, basically.
Yeah.
You never want to hear, are you still here? It's
not really a threesome.
Yeah.
No, it definitely is not. Yeah.
Yeah.
A 2 + 1 that won't leave.
Yeah.
Right. So this is every guy's worst nightmare. You think you're going to have the time of your life, and then you're just left out in the cold. And it just gets even worse in clip 12.
Oh, no.
No.
But I tapped them and I said, "Hey, guys, I know you probably don't realize you're doing this, but you're leaving me out. So if you could please include me, that'd be really cool."
Oh God, what a buzzkill!
I mean, that I'm sure they thought that too. But they're like, "Oh, sorry." They like laugh a little bit. And so what happened was that the girl I was with at that time, they kept doing what they're doing, but she would just pat my arm every now and then.
Oh my God, I was going to make a hand-holding joke, and that's exactly what fucking happened.
So bad.
She's just offering him condolences on the death of his ego.
Yeah.
They're there. Sounds like a great lifestyle you've chosen there, Steve.
Jesus Christ. And that's when I decided, I guess I'm gay.
Yeah, right. You might as well invite a bull in there and then at least eat the load out of one of them or something. And be a part of it some way, somehow.
Save some face.
In order to save face. Oh, God. All right, this is getting too sexy for me, Luce. I need you to bring us back here, please. Cool us off.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you then
Cold
all
shower.
about Steve's 5.5-inch penis, which he apparently is very proud of. He talks about it a lot. It's in all of his comedy bits.
Okay.
So as long as we're talking about how sad his threesome was,
Okay.
I have clip number 14, which I pulled specifically for Husey, actually.
Okay.
Where Steve is going to be talking about his penis.
It's a nice everyday dick. It's fine. It's good. It gets the job done. It's all that
everyday
stuff.
dick.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a nice
daily
everyday-
driver.
Springsteen of dicks.
Yeah, no, he's exceptional. So don't say that.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, the Bruce Springsteen of dicks. I would like to say fuck you, Husey, once again for springing Springsteen on my damn bean.
He keeps sending me things about them, too, about episodes they're putting out.
Oh, no.
Springing Springsteen on my bean or whatever.
Yeah, it probably only gets better.
That show is so fucking stupid.
That was bad.
So let me ask the guys here. 5.5. You just round up, right? Everyone's rounding up. That's a normal thing.
Yeah, it's like being 5'11". I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah, right. Fractions. We're doing fractions now. What kind of advanced math course are we in here? 6. Come on.
Yeah, I'm 51.5 years old.
Fucking fractions. All right. Now that we've learned that, I see you have another clip about penises.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, I sure do. So they're going to continue talking about penises in this clip.
Okay.
The rumor is that Frank
setup.
Sinatra had a huge cock. Not big, huge.
Yes.
That people said that he was all cock.
Yeah.
Because he was a little guy,
Yeah.
you know? What do you think about that?
I hope that's not the case. I just feel bad for the women he was with. And
What?
Why did Steve not take they're comedians. Why did he not run with a joke
Yeah.
immediately after that? He was like,
Oh, I feel bad.
oh my God, I just feel really bad for those poor women who have been utterly destroyed.
Yeah.
And all of the children that have been brought into the world
Is this
because
going-
of it.
Is this going back to his thought that 5.5 is the right size for a penis? It's just like,
Probably.
those poor women. I'd hate for them to have to deal with something that's over 6 inches. Jesus Christ. Can you
He was
imagine?
all cock.
Oh, no. Sounds so awful. Well, I have one more clip on here because we're talking about how they go to a gay bar and they're sucking each other off and everyone's shoving fingers in each other's butts. And it just seems, I think I introduced this whole segment with, it just seems kind of easy, right? We've talked about this as straight men. Gay men seem to have it pretty easy in order to get laid and hook up. It just, It's a no-brainer for them. That's why they go out. That's what they're doing, right? Well, then he says this. I'm confused.
Yeah, and gay guys hate other gay guys, so it's very gay guys.
All gay guys
yes,
hate other
gay
gay
guys
guys?
hate other gay guys.
I hate other guys. I never let them spooge in my face. You know what I mean?
I'll show you. Take this.
Yeah,
and that. And this.
Their version of hate is very different from my version of hate. So I was confused by that. But they're the experts,
Yeah.
you know?
Can't argue.
Whatever they say goes. All right. What else do we need to hit on this before we move on? Anything you guys have?
Sure. I got one up from in clip 9. Jonathan is going to confirm what I always thought about gay sex.
This is a
We
funny
clean
thing.
shit out of our assholes. That's why when you hate gay people, it's like, why? We already have it bad enough. The punishment is we have to clean shit out of our pussies every time we want to fuck.
Good. That's actually the right thing to do, I have to tell you. And it's not just gay guys doing
just
this.
rude not to.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's a literal shit show. That's right.
Right.
I'm just. I got.
You got to enjoy the process. He's acting like this is a chore or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like it's all part of the process here. Make it fun.
I guess I'm the weird. I think shit is gross. So I was like, I don't know why you want to incorporate it into your love.
No, Andy, what he's saying is they think it's gross too. They don't want it on each other's peckers.
I know, but it's just a whole ordeal that you got
I
to
got
go
to explain
through.
this to Andy. I don't think he's picking up on what he's putting down over
Just
here.
show him.
Yeah.
Fine. All right, get over here.
Yeah. I learned by doing, Carl.
Your hands on.
Yeah.
When it comes to gay sex. All right. Fair enough.
Okay, but in clip 10, Jonathan's perception of straight sex is even crazier than my perception of gay sex.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
You pump a parasite into a woman and it sucks the life out of her. Your
Yeah.
sex is in fact crazy. It's actually crazy. If you think about straight sex and then giving birth, it's crazy. It's like a monstrous thing.
That's true.
Someone doesn't like babies.
Yeah.
I never once had sex with a woman hoping she would give birth.
That's true. That's a very good point. Yes. It doesn't happen immediately after
Yeah,
either. I don't know if he realizes that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like a monster movie.
Yeah. You're not in between sessions. You're just like, what the fuck is that? That's our kid. God damn it.
Yeah. The
Parasite.
the miracle of life that almost every species on the planet experiences is way crazier than reverse engineering a bowel movement. Okay. So I definitely learned something.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And now I can't stop seeing it. Damn it.
I do have a palate cleanse. I know we're all
Please.
horny now. Do you have anything left?
I have something before your palate cleanser.
Okay,
I have
yeah.
a make everybody want to die. This is going to be
Great.
Steve just saying some stuff. It's going to be clip 11.
Okay.
so a guy's just looking at me and they go, "Oh, I want that hunk of beef.
Yes.
I want to fuck that fat hole. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff like that."
Everybody wants to fuck him, but only men.
Yeah. Aw. That's too bad.
Because he's kind of gay, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it works out. Although,
Is that like
he
I just don't
a
imagine
top and not a
wanting
bottom.
to fuck his fat hole.
You can't imagine not wanting to
I
fuck
can't
his
imagine
fat hole?
wanting to.
That's the
Yeah.
thing I'm at, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're all on the same page with that.
Is he just like playing that high pitch Eric Elephant Boy card where it's just like, I can't get laid by the opposite sex, so I guess I'll just lean into trying to get some from guys too. I'll
Maybe.
just try and get anything from girls or guys.
That's all.
They both did that,
My
right?
inbox is full of guys who want to fuck me. It's just not. I just have to keep writing back like I appreciate it. It's not the thing I do, but I'm just so attractive to all these gay guys.
Yeah,
so
they
yeah,
want to fuck your fat hole.
right. Yes.
I know.
Are you typing these
Yeah,
emails?
it was actually me the whole time.
Damn it! I knew it.
Who are these podcasts?